Number 15. Minecraft Movie 2 Electric Boogaloo, or rather, a Minecraft Movie Squared. Yes, that is the actual title. Despite many fans expecting a simple Minecraft Movie 2, Warner Bros. Officially revealed that the sequel will be called a Minecraft Movie Squared. Filming is already underway in New Zealand, with the release date currently set for July 23rd, 2027. Returning cast members include Jack Black as Steve, Jason Momoa as Garrett, Daniel Brooks as Don, Emma Myers as Natalie, and Sebastian Hansen as Henry. But perhaps the biggest addition is Kirsten Dunst, who will be portraying Alex, Minecraft's other default playable character. Fans may remember that Alex was teased at the end of the first film. However, that's not what people are talking about. Instead, fans are obsessed with a different character entirely, Herobrine. During the announcement, actor Matt Berry appeared in promotional footage for the sequel. While Warner Bros. Has refused to reveal his role, many viewers immediately noticed something strange. Berry appears to be playing a human character, and several details in the teaser have led fans to believe he could be portraying Herobrine. Minecraft's most famous ghost may finally be making his big screen debut, assuming the internet theories are correct, which to be fair, usually aren't. Number 14. Jason Deween buys an alpaca, or at least that is what many people believed. Recently, Twitch streamer Jason Deween decided to bring a bunch of animals to the core house for content. Among the animals present, an alpaca. Now normally, this would have been a little more than another bizarre streamer moment. After all, the internet has seen creators purchase entire houses, luxury cars, and even private islands. So why was everyone suddenly arguing about an alpaca? Because Jason decided to call Animal Sanctuary founder Maya Higa live on stream, and things quickly became awkward. According to viewers, Maya became visibly uncomfortable after realizing the animal had been brought in primarily for live stream content. The call ended shortly afterward, and almost immediately, the internet exploded. Some viewers argued that the animals were being handled by professionals and that the mobile petting zoos are commonly used for events and birthday parties. Others claimed the transported animals into a loud streamer environment are irresponsible and unnecessarily stressful. While Jason claimed on stream that he ran out of content and bought one from a pet store, it was later revealed that the alpaca and the other animals in his backyard were actually rented from a temporary mobile petting zoo service for a live stream stunt. Then, another unexpected person entered the conversation. Jacksepticeye, the YouTube veteran, publicly criticized the situation and defended Maya's concerns regarding animal welfare, which only made the controversy even larger. Meanwhile, social media was flooded with jokes. Some people claimed Jason had officially run out of content, Others joke that becoming rich enough to randomly acquire an alpaca was the ultimate streamer achievement. And perhaps most surprisingly, a simple alpaca somehow managed to create one of the most heated debates of the week. Number 13. Extra Emily. For years, few streamers have divided the internet quite like Extra Emily. To her fans, she's energetic, unpredictable, and willing to embarrass herself for content. To her critics, she's loud, annoying, and represents everything wrong with modern live streaming. And recently, those criticisms exploded once again, this time because of a MrBeast video. The controversy stems from a challenge involving dozens of creators. According to viewers, the entire gimmick relied on maintaining the illusion that streamers were broadcasting from their own rooms. In reality, the rooms were elaborately sets built in the same location. Problem is that the illusion didn't last very long. During her stream, Extra Emily ended up revealing parts of the behind-the-scenes setup, causing many of the viewers to accuse her of exposing the video's central twist before MrBeast could reveal it himself. Almost immediately, the internet found a new person to blame, Extra Emily. Some viewers claimed she had ruined the entire concept, and according to Emily herself, she had allegedly been told by production that walking around and live streaming was allowed. But the criticism didn't stop there, because for many people, the incident simply reinforced what they had already thought about her. You see, Extra Emily has built a reputation around being chaotic, a seemingly supernatural ability to make every situation just a little more uncomfortable. Even other creators have occasionally commented on her behavior. At one point, streamer Tyler1 jokingly referred to her as a pest after a MrBeast challenge event. That clip quickly spread across social media. Once again, the internet was arguing about Extra Emily. Perhaps the strangest part is that almost everyone agrees on one thing. Whether you love her, whether you hate her, or whether you have no idea who she is, Extra Emily has somehow mastered the art of becoming the main character of the conversation. Usually by accident, at least we think it's an accident. Number 12. Pokemon Scalpers. Yan. Just when fans thought the Pokemon card market was finally calming down, the scalpers returned, and this time things got physical again. In one viral incident, a confrontation reportedly broke out between customers attempting to purchase cards. At an Acme in Sicklerville, New Jersey, 3 scalpers rushed forward and pushed a man off a Pokemon vending machine attempting to purchase a box of Pokemon cards. Not children, not casual collectors, adults, lots of adults, waiting around for cardboard. According to collectors, some individuals have allegedly begun treating machine restocks like a full-time job, tracking delivery schedules, following restock routes, and arriving hours before new inventory appears, all for the chance to purchase products that can later be resold online for a profit. Naturally, the internet had opinions. Some people blamed scalpers, others blamed Pokemon, others blamed the collectors, and a surprising number of people blamed everyone involved. After all, most hobbies don't require forming a tactical strike force around a vending machine, yet somehow, that's exactly where Pokemon cards have ended up. Because in 2026, people are still willing to argue, camp, and potentially start fights over pieces of cardboard featuring a yellow electric mouse, or their most favorite piece of trash, and somehow they're selling out anyway. Jesus Christ, this voice is killing me. Number 11, the enhanced games. Imagine the Olympics. Now, imagine the Olympics, but everyone is allowed to use performance enhancing drugs. That was the idea behind the enhanced games, one of the most controversial sporting events in recent memory. Held in Las Vegas during Memorial Day weekend, the competition brought together dozens of athletes competing in sprinting, swimming, and weightlifting. And unlike traditional sports organization, drug testing wasn't the goal, enhancement was. For months, supporters promised a revolution. They claimed the world's greatest athletes would finally be free from artificial restrictions. Records would fall, human limits would be shattered, and sports would never be the same again. There was just one problem. That didn't really happen. Despite widespread use of testosterone, human growth hormone, and other performance-enhancing substances, only one world record was actually surpassed during the entire event. The record belonged to Greek swimmer Christian Gklomiev. Glomiev? Anyway, he completed the 50-meter freestyle in 20.8 seconds, breaking the previous mark by just 7/100ths of a second, and earning himself over $1 million in prize money. Meanwhile, the most anticipated event of the entire competition was the 100-meter sprint. Many fans expected someone to finally challenge Usain Bolt's legendary world record. Instead, the winning time was 9.97 seconds. Now impressive? Absolutely. Record-breaking? Not even close. But perhaps the strangest part, several events were won by athletes who claimed they were competing completely clean. No enhancement, no special protocols, no performance drugs, just training, and they still beat competitors who were supposedly using every advantage available. Almost immediately, the internet began asking questions. Why weren't more records broken? Does talent matter more than chemistry? Are elite athletes already operating near the limits of human performance? Or were the expectations simply unrealistic? In the end, the enhanced games may have answered one question. Performance-enhancing drugs can certainly help, but even with millions of dollars on the line, A pharmacy still isn't enough to turn someone into Usain Bolt. Number 10. PewDiePie's AI Odyssey, or more specifically, Odysseus. After spending much of the past year documenting his journey into artificial intelligence, PewDiePie has officially released his own AI platform, and somehow people aren't sure whether it's genius or AI slop. The project, known as Odysseus, was publicly released on May 31st. According to PewDiePie, the goal is simple: create a version of ChatGPT that runs on your own hardware. No subscriptions, no data collection, no giant corporation storing your conversations. Just you, your computer, and your AI. The announcement came through a video titled "My Trillion Dollar Project is finally out." Within 24 hours, the project's GitHub repository had accumulated tens of thousands of stars. Developers flooded the page, contributors began submitting code, and suddenly, one of YouTube's oldest creators had accidentally launched one of the hottest open source projects of the week. But not everyone was impressed. Critics were quick to point out that Odysseus isn't actually a new AI model. Instead, it's a workspace, a tool that connects existing models together and allows them to run locally. Whether Odysseus becomes the next big thing in artificial intelligence or simply another forgotten tech experiment remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: when the king of YouTube disappears for a few years and returns with an AI startup, nobody saw that coming.
It's like stealing a child on the street instead of birthing one myself. It's way more effective that way.
Number 9. The Amazing Digital Circus. What started as an independent YouTube cartoon has now become a theatrical movie event. The Amazing Digital Circus, the last act, released in theaters on June 4th, bringing the finale of one of the internet's biggest animated series to thousands of screens across the world. Ticket sales exploded almost immediately, forcing additional theaters to add screenings as demand continued to grow. For many creators, this would be a dream come true. Millions of fans, over 1 billion views, a theatrical release, and a successful independent animation studio. But there was one problem: the fandom. You see, for years, the Amazing Digital Circus has been plagued by some of the strangest fan behavior on the internet. Character wars, shipping arguments, spoiler campaigns, content farms, and endless debate over which characters deserved more attention. At one point, creator Gooseworks found herself at the center of a massive controversy after confirming that Pomni and Jax were the primary focus of the story's final arc. The Amazing Digital Circus became so popular that some fans became obsessed, and as many internet veterans know, sometimes the most dangerous thing that can happen to a creator is becoming too successful, because eventually the fandom starts becoming harder to manage than the actual show. Number 8. The Backrooms Movie. What began as a blurry image on 4chan has somehow become one of the biggest movies of this year. Backrooms, directed by 20-year-old YouTuber Kane Parsons. His name is Kane Parsons and he's 20 years old. Released the Backrooms movie on May 29th through A24 and immediately shattered expectations. The film was reportedly produced on a budget of just $10 million, a number that wouldn't even pay for catering on some Hollywood blockbusters. And then, the box office numbers arrived. The Backrooms movie opened to more than $81 million domestically during its first weekend. $118 million worldwide, the largest opening in A24 history. Within less than a week, the film had already crossed $100 million domestically and $140 million worldwide. To put that into perspective, the movie earned roughly 14 times its budget in a matter of days. But perhaps even more surprisingly, this wasn't an isolated event. Just weeks earlier, fellow YouTuber Curry Barker released the horror film Obsession, made for only $750,000. The film went on to earn over $100 million domestically and nearly $150 million worldwide. Goddamn freaky Nicky. Some analysts are already calling it one of the most profitable films ever made. Then there's Iron Lung, directed by YouTube veteran Markiplier. A film that began as a passion project based on an indie horror game. Despite a budget of only $3 million, it has already grossed over $50 million worldwide. And suddenly, people started noticing a pattern. For decades, Hollywood searched film schools, agencies, and industry connections for the next generation directors. Now, they're finding them on YouTube, which has led many viewers to ask a question. Are we witnessing the beginning of a new era? An era where the next generation of filmmakers aren't discovered in Hollywood? Number 7. The YouTuber LARPing phenomenon. For some reason, the internet has decided that it is 2016 again. Across YouTube, a strange trend has begun spreading. Creators are role-playing as famous YouTubers from a decade ago, not parodying them, not making documentaries about them, actually becoming them, at least temporarily. Channels recreating old commentary YouTubers, and somehow, people are watching. Millions of views have already been generated by creators attempting to recreate a version of YouTube that no longer exists. The trend has become so widespread that fans have begun creating entire alternate universes around these creators. Larpiplier, for example, remains one of the most popular LARP tubers of this phenomenon. Others such as LARP Septicai, LARP PewDiePie, LARP Win Zero, LARP Alert, LARPy is here, LARP Cynical, and many other Larp tubers have started popping up all over the platform. It's essentially cosplay, except instead of dressing as fictional characters, people are dressing as YouTubers, which is somehow weirder. Supporters claim the trend is harmless nostalgia, a way to revisit a simpler era of the internet, before algorithms, before corporate sponsorships, before every thumbnail contained somebody making this face. You know the one. Meanwhile, critics argue that the trend feels increasingly bizarre. After all, at one point does a tribute become an impersonation? And at what point does an impersonation become its own form of content? The answer remains unclear. What is clear is that people desperately miss old YouTube. Perhaps because modern YouTube has become so polished, so optimized, so focused on retention metrics and engagement statistics, that watching somebody scream at a horror game through a terrible microphone suddenly feels authentic again. Of course, not every creator is participating in this trend. Some channels remain completely original, entirely unique, unaffected by nostalgia. Certainly not borrowing the cadence, pacing, or vocal mannerisms of any countdown channels from the mid 2010s. That would be ridiculous. They're nostalgic for a time they never experienced, which means the internet has finally reached a point where people are becoming nostalgic for nostalgia itself. A sentence that somehow makes perfect sense and absolutely no sense at all. Number 6. XQC's World Cup suspension. For years, Felix Lengyel, better known as XQC, has been one of the biggest streamers on the internet, known for reacting to videos, playing games, and occasionally getting himself into trouble. But this month, the trouble came from an unexpected source, the FIFA World Cup. During a live stream, XQC showed footage from the 2026 FIFA World Cup, something only less than 5 seconds, something thousands of fans had already been discussing online. Unfortunately, FIFA wasn't interested in discussion. They were interested in copyright. Shortly after the broadcast, a copyright complaint was issued, and Twitch responded by suspending XQC's channel. For many viewers, the punishment seemed excessive. After all, this wasn't the first time a streamer had accidentally shown copyrighted content. But FIFA has a reputation for aggressively protecting its broadcasts, and this incident was no exception. The suspension quickly became one of the most talked about topics on streaming social media. Fans rushed to defend XQC. Critics argued that a creator of his size should have known better. And everyone else simply enjoyed watching another chapter unfold in the endless saga of streamer drama. The irony is that the suspension may have brought more attention to the clips than the original stream ever did. Quick disclaimer. Before we continue, the remaining entries involve some serious topics including allegations of sexual assault, infidelity, criminal investigations, death, extortion, and murder, and ongoing legal disputes. As with any developing story, information may change as new evidence becomes available. This video summarizes public reported events and online discussions at the time of this recording. Allegations remain allegations unless proven in court, and viewers are encouraged to conduct their own research and consult primary sources before forming conclusions. With that said, let's continue. Number 5. Taikuno returns. For over a decade, Taikuno built one of the cleanest reputations on the internet. Soft-spoken, wholesome, cringe, and seemingly incapable of drama, all the ladies loved him. Literally. Then everything changed. In April, multiple creators came forward with allegations involving deception, manipulation, and inappropriate behavior. The controversy quickly exploded across social media platforms. Shortly afterward, Taikuno released a public statement. In it, he admitted to cheating on his girlfriend and lying about being single. However, he disputed the other allegations that had begun circulating online.
I would like to apologize to everyone I have disappointed. Most of all, to my girlfriend. I am so sorry I put you through so much. I never want to make these mistakes again and hurt you and the people I care about. I was unfaithful, and I own and fully admit that. I lied to people and told them I was single, which I know is not right. I'm sorry to all of the people that I hurt by doing this.
The backlash was immediate. Friends reacted, former fans reacted, even longtime streamers began publicly criticizing him. For many viewers, it seemed like the end of one of Twitch's most beloved careers. Then, a month later, he came back. During a return stream, simply titled "I'm Back," Taikuno apologized again and stated that he had spent his time away trying to repair his relationship and improve himself. He also revealed that he and his girlfriend were still together, and somehow, big comeback worked. Thousands of viewers returned, and the internet moved on to the next controversy. Perhaps the strangest part, in an era where creators can be cancelled for almost anything, one of Twitch's biggest scandals lasted barely 2 months, proving once again that on the internet, the memory of outrage is often much shorter than the outrage itself. But no one is ever gonna forget Deku reading that apology. Number 4. The JP Morgan lawsuit. One of the most confusing corporate controversies of the year began with allegations that quickly divided the internet. Former JP Morgan employee Hirayu Rana filed a lawsuit against senior executive Lorna Hajdini, alleging sexual abuse, harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. The claims immediately attracted attention online, partly because of the seriousness of all the allegations, and partly because the accused was a powerful executive at one of the world's largest banks. Then, the story took another turn. JP Morgan publicly stated that its internal investigation found no evidence supporting the allegations and moved to challenge parts of the lawsuit. Almost immediately, the internet split into opposing camps. Some believed Rana's claims deserved to be heard. Others pointed to the company's findings and questioned the allegations. And as more articles appeared, the debate only began more heated. In late May 2026, Shirayu Rana's attorney, Daniel Kaiser, filed a court document stating he will no longer represent Rana. The woman Rana accused, JP Morgan Chase's executive Lorna Hajdini, filed a defamation countersuit against him. She says his claims are completely made up and malicious. Some reports claim that JP Morgan Chase tried to offer a $1 million settlement to fix the issue before it went public. Those talks failed, so the case went to court. Despite thousands of comments, videos, and social media arguments, the central question remains unsolved because unlike internet drama, court cases don't end in a single tweet. And until the legal process is complete, nobody knows how the story will ultimately end. Number 3. The Case of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. What began as a rising music career has since become one of the most disturbing criminal cases in recent memory. In September 2025, the body of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez was discovered inside a Tesla registered to musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David. She had been reported missing months earlier, and what followed was a rapid unfolding criminal investigation. April 2026, David was arrested and formally charged with first-degree murder, along with multiple additional charges, including sexual abuse of a minor and unlawful mutilation of human remains. Prosecutors allege the relationship between Burke and the victim began when she was underage and escalated into a situation that would later become central to the case. Burke has pleaded not guilty, and his legal team continues to deny the allegations. But the evidence presented by investigators paint a deeply complex and highly contested timeline, including messages, travel records, and recovered digital material. Then came another detail that spread rapidly online, a updated death certificate, which stated that it was unclear whether the victim had been pregnant at the time of her death. That single line fueled widespread speculation across social media, despite the official record making no definitive conclusion. And as the case developed, so did the internet's obsession with it. Perhaps the strangest part is that this is no longer just a story about an artist or a viral song or internet fame. It is now a criminal trial, and like all trials of this scale, the final answer will not come from the internet, but from the courtroom. Number 2. Reckless Ben. What started as a missing LEGO Star Wars collection has turned into one of the most investigated and covered internet sagas of the year. It began when Ben Schneider, better known as Reckless Ben, started looking into a dispute involving a $200,000 LEGO Star Wars collection. A family claimed the collection had been placed on consignment with a bricks and minifig store and was never properly returned after ownership changed. At first, it seemed like a niche story, and then Ben started uploading videos. Millions of people watched, and suddenly, the entire internet wanted to know the answer to one question. Where did the Lego go? The deeper he dug, the bigger the story became. Ben confronted people connected to the case, published documents, released investigative videos, and began accusing powerful individuals and companies of withholding information. Then, the Utah City Fork Police Force got involved. Ben documented traffic stops, searches, arrests, and encounters with law enforcement during his investigation. Police claimed they were responding to repeat complaints. Ben claimed he was being targeted for exposing the story. The biggest development happened just days ago. The final episode of Ben's investigation, a part 3, according to Ben, had already been finished, ready to upload. Except there's one problem. He says releasing it could expose him to serious legal consequences, including massive financial penalties and even potential jail time because of ongoing legal restrictions surrounding the case. Number 1. The bricks and minifigs scandal. At first, it sounded simple: a Lego collection, a consignment agreement, and a promise that the sets would be sold on behalf of their owner. But the collection wasn't small. It was estimated at around $200,000 worth of Lego Star Wars sets, built over decades by Brian Mansell and his father, who was reportedly in ill health at the time the agreement was made. Under the deal, the collection was placed inside a Bricks and Minifigs franchise location to be sold on consignment, meaning the family still owned everything and the store was only supposed to sell it on their behalf. For a while, everything worked until the store changed ownership. When the franchise transitioned to new operators in late 2024, the situation collapsed. The new owners disputed the validity of the consignment arrangement and refused to return or account the full inventory. That's when the dispute stopped being just a business agreement and started becoming an internet phenomenon. Because the family reported that large portions of the collection were no longer accessible, and attempts to resolve the situation through normal channels began to fail, police became involved. But according to multiple reports, the dispute was treated largely as a civil matter rather than a criminal case, leaving question of ownership unresolved in the legal system. And that's when Reckless Ben entered the story, a YouTuber who turned the entire situation into an ongoing investigative series. But perhaps the strangest part isn't that it became a scandal, it's that a missing Lego collection somehow turned into a full-scale internet investigation and expose on corruption with no final answers in sight.